It's because we're so concentrated in these natural organic acids that plants have a very large appetite for. I mean, plants can take up monster amounts of these organic acids. If we were relying on inorganic acids like phosphoric acid and sulfuric acid, nitric acid, like a lot of the salt-based lines are, we could not drop the pH level anywhere near as low because the plants don't have as much of a tolerance for it. There's no such thing as phosphoric acid 75% concentrate out in nature. It doesn't happen like that.
That's cool.
And so plants naturally don't have any mechanisms to deal with it. But all these free organic acids, like the low molecular weight ones, the monocarboxylic di and tricarboxylic acids, those ones plants can accumulate almost to no upper limit. Like, it's really hard to overdo it. I mean, you'd have to try really hard. You could overdo it, but point is ultimately that they have thousands of times of additional tolerance. In fact, they prefer to take up the organic acids. So
man, that's really cool.
That's what we're heavy in. That plants don't really see that as a problem or an obstacle. And on the chelation side, and on the nutrient complexing side, the way that those organic acids interact with the soil chemistry keeps all of the minerals in a soluble and highly soluble form across a pH range of anywhere like as low as 1.0. You can get really acidic with it, all the way up to about 8.2 to 8.3, which is a lot more than I've seen other, like the salt-based lines. Everything above a pH of 7, typically the micronutrients will precipitate out as their hydroxide forms, because there's a lot of So I mean, I think we talked about that a little bit too. But when you have things that are complex and chelated in the proper form, the pH range extends. The availability of that nutrient stays high even as the pH climbs outside of the sweet spot, or maybe on the flip side, if it drops outside of the sweet spot.
Dude, that swing is where it's at. I know people have observed that swing with your product, and I know it's probably happening in the soil, and the swing is where it's at. That's like old school thinking. It's just, you want a maximum uptake, swing that pH. And like you said, it's not even all about the pH. So